Virtuous living for inner and outer harmony brings together time-tested philosophies and principles, offering practical insights and actionable strategies for personal transformation. These enduring teachings have guided countless individuals toward deeper fulfillment and balance, providing a roadmap to harmonize your inner world with your external actions. Lesson 1: Discovering what brings you joy and energizes you. Finding what brings us joy and fulfillment is essential for a meaningful life. Discovering what gives us fulfillment and joy often involves exploring our inner desires, and this exploration can transform our lives in profound ways. True well-being emerges from aligning with our genuine interests and adjusting our pursuits as we grow and evolve. Our desires act as a compass, guiding us toward what genuinely fulfills us. To uncover these desires, we must look inward, reflecting on what makes us feel alive and content. This process requires us to listen to our hearts and recognize the passions that stir within us. Aligning our actions with our genuine interests is a powerful way to create a life that resonates with our true selves. This alignment brings a sense of purpose and direction, making our journey more meaningful and fulfilling. As we grow and evolve, our interests may change, and it's essential to adjust our pursuits accordingly. Life is a dynamic journey, and our pathways are not static. Embracing the changes in our interests and desires allows us to continuously grow and adapt. By being flexible and open to new experiences, we can ensure that our pursuits remain aligned with our evolving selves, leading to sustained joy and fulfillment. The transformative power of aligning with our genuine interests cannot be overstated. When we pursue what truly matters to us, we find ourselves more motivated and engaged. This inner alignment creates a positive ripple effect, enhancing our relationships, work, and overall quality of life. We begin to experience a deeper sense of satisfaction and contentment, knowing that we are living authentically and true to ourselves. This continuous process of self-discovery and alignment requires us to be mindful and present, paying attention to the subtle shifts in our interests and desires. By doing so, we can navigate our journey with greater clarity and purpose, ensuring that our lives are rich with meaning and fulfillment. Finding balance and connecting with what truly energizes us is key to maintaining our health and happiness. To achieve this, we must start by acknowledging what we truly want, even if it feels uncertain or unattainable. Recognizing and accepting our true desires is the first step toward finding joy and purpose. This means being honest with ourselves about what we want and need, even if it seems difficult or far-fetched. Our desires are a reflection of our inner energy, and acknowledging them helps us connect with our authentic selves. Allowing ourselves to yearn for what makes us feel alive is crucial for reconnecting with our inner energy. This yearning fuels our motivation and drives us to pursue what truly matters. It's important to embrace these desires without judgment, understanding that they are vital to our overall well-being. Reconnecting with our inner energy requires taking small, meaningful actions that align with our desires. These actions, no matter how minor they may seem, help us move closer to our goals and reignite our sense of purpose. By gradually integrating these actions into our daily lives, we can create a sustainable journey toward fulfillment. Lesson 2: Directing your energy. Life is fundamentally a flow of energy. To live well, it's essential to align our energy with what brings us joy. By directing our focus and effort towards positive experiences, we cultivate a continuous flow of vitality that contributes to a long and happy life. Instead of succumbing to the fear of running out of energy, we should center our attention on what we have to give. Recognizing that giving energy and love replenishes it. To overcome the fear of depleting your energy, Concentrate on what you love and where your energy naturally flows. Investing in these areas allows you to follow a journey that feels both fulfilling and sustainable. When we engage in activities and relationships that bring us joy and satisfaction, we create a positive feedback loop. The more energy we invest in what we love, the more energy we have available to give and receive. Rest is an integral part of life's rhythm. It's not about idleness, but about actively renewing and replenishing our energy. Embracing rest as a form of active renewal enables us to dedicate our energy to what truly matters. By taking the time to rest and recharge, we prepare ourselves to give our best and maintain a consistent flow of vitality in all areas of life. Investing energy in what we love and believe in often requires taking risks or making sacrifices. Living with an open heart means trusting that what we give away will eventually return to us. Understanding what's worth our energy involves deep listening to our inner selves and focusing on what brings us joy and meaning. Life's rhythm is about balancing the act of giving and receiving energy, and each individual must navigate their own path through trial and experience. The energy you most frequently express is the energy you will most easily connect with. Your vibration, whether positive or negative, is constantly affecting your environment. By consciously repeating and reinforcing positive energy, you enhance your ability to connect with and influence your surroundings in beneficial ways. When confronted with negativity, you face a choice. Move away from it or find the positive aspects within it. If you decide to stay, focus on nourishing the positive elements. This approach allows you to improve your energy and happiness by aligning your efforts with what genuinely brings you joy. Adjusting your perspective to concentrate on what energizes rather than what drains you can significantly enhance your overall well-being. While we can't control everything that happens to us, we do have control over our reactions and mindset. This choice is not about assigning blame but about embracing empowerment. By focusing on love and actively shaping our responses, we transform our experiences and maintain our energy in a positive state. Embracing love infuses life with greater meaning, even if it doesn't always result in miraculous outcomes. Love and positive energy are powerful forces that guide and sustain us through life's ups and downs. By directing our energy towards what feels good and meaningful, we create a fulfilling and joyful existence, reinforcing the continuous flow of vitality that characterizes a long and happy life. Lesson 3: Understanding what you can and cannot control. In the journey of life, understanding what you can and cannot control is crucial for achieving true freedom and contentment. You have full control over your own opinions, attitudes, behaviors, and reactions. These aspects are reflections of your inner self and are within your influence. This means you can choose how to view the world, interpret events, and respond to them. For instance, when faced with a challenging situation, you have the option to approach it with optimism or pessimism, which affects your overall experience. Your behaviors and reactions are also under your control. How you act and respond to various stimuli, such as managing emotional responses like anger or joy, is a choice you make. If someone cuts you off in traffic, your reaction, whether calm or frustrated, is within your power to determine. Additionally, your efforts toward personal growth, learning, and self-improvement are entirely up to you, contributing to your sense of fulfillment and progress. However, it's equally important to recognize what lies beyond your control. You cannot dictate how others perceive you. Their opinions and judgments are influenced by their own experiences and biases. Trying to change these perceptions only leads to frustration. Similarly, you cannot control the actions or reactions of others. Whether it's a colleague, friend, or stranger, their behavior is beyond your influence, so it's more productive to focus on how you respond to their actions. External circumstances, such as economic shifts or natural disasters, are also outside your control. Accepting these realities allows you to concentrate on what you can influence and handle challenges with a balanced perspective. To live a fulfilling life, channel your energy into managing what you can, such as your attitudes and personal growth, and practice acceptance of the uncontrollable. This approach fosters empowerment and satisfaction, as you balance your efforts with acceptance of life's unpredictability. True freedom and happiness arise from focusing on what you can control while gracefully letting go of what lies beyond your power. Lesson 4: It's our response that matters. Events are neither good nor bad, it's our response that truly matters. The only control you have is your attitude towards events. It's not the events themselves, but your interpretation of them that causes distress. When you allow your fears and reactions to dictate your view of reality, you give away your power. Things and people are what they are, not what you wish or imagine them to be. Demanding or expecting that events happen as you would wish them to be is a recipe for disappointment and frustration. Accept events as they actually happen, and you will find a greater sense of peace and stability. Every challenge in life is a chance to discover and use your inner strengths. When faced with difficulties, instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to pause and reflect on how you can draw on your own resources to handle the situation. Our suffering often comes from our feelings about things, not the things themselves. By changing your perspective, you can transform your experience. Embrace the power of your interpretation and recognize that mastering your responses to life's events is the key to inner peace. Understand that challenges are opportunities for growth. Every difficult situation is an invitation to develop resilience, patience, and wisdom. Instead of viewing obstacles as threats, see them as opportunities to practice your virtues and strengthen your character. Let go of unrealistic expectations and accept reality as it is. The events themselves are neutral. It's your perception that assigns them meaning. By accepting events without judgment, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. This doesn't mean you become passive or indifferent. It means you approach life with a balanced and resilient mindset. You reclaim your power by focusing on what you can control: your thoughts, your attitudes, and your actions. This shift in focus is liberating and empowering. In every situation, ask yourself how you can respond in a way that aligns with your highest values. This practice not only helps you manage your emotions but also fosters a sense of integrity and purpose. By consistently choosing responses that reflect your true self, you build a life of authenticity and fulfillment. Accepting what you cannot control allows you to let go of unnecessary stress and anxiety. Accept that you cannot control the outcomes of events, but you can control how you respond to them. This acceptance is the foundation of emotional resilience and inner peace. By focusing on what you can control and handling whatever happens with acceptance, you cultivate a mindset of tranquility and strength. Do your best with what you can influence, and let the rest unfold as it will. True freedom comes from understanding and accepting life's limits, not from trying to control what's beyond your power. Lesson 5: Managing our reactions to negative behavior. When people act poorly or unkindly, remember that they might be acting out of their own struggles and experiences. Instead of judging harshly, recognize that we don't know their full story. If others don't meet your expectations, accept it with a shrug and move on. Be kind to yourself too. Improvement is gradual. and it's important to forgive both others and yourself repeatedly while striving to do better. Recognize that personal growth is a journey, one that requires patience and self-compassion. If people treat you poorly or speak badly about you, it's based on their own misguided views. Their misjudgments don't harm your true self. Recognize this, and you'll feel less affected by their negative behavior. People can't truly hurt you, it's your reaction that causes pain. How you perceive and respond to insults or provocations is up to you. Instead of reacting immediately, take a step back and view the situation calmly. Remember, it's within your power to choose your response. Don't fear verbal abuse or criticism. Morally weak people feel the need to defend or explain themselves. Let your actions speak for you. You can't control others' opinions, and trying to do so harms your character. Focus on maintaining your integrity and let go of the need for external validation. Instead of reacting with anger or vengeance towards wrongdoers, respond with pity. They have misguided beliefs and lack the ability to distinguish the good from bad. Recognize that our anger often comes from valuing what they take from us, rather than from their actions themselves. In other words, we get upset not just because of their behavior, but because we have attached significant importance to what they are impacting or removing from our lives. This perspective helps us understand that our anger is more about our own attachment and values than about the actions of others themselves. Lesson 6: Minimize indulging in distractions. In today's world, much of what is marketed as entertainment often caters to our weaknesses and vulnerabilities. These distractions, while seemingly harmless or even enjoyable, frequently exploit our innate desires and insecurities. They pull us away from meaningful activities and personal growth. The entertainment industry, with its endless array of options, often bombards us with content that reinforces superficial values and encourages mindless consumption. As such, it is crucial to be selective about what you allow into your mind and soul. Your life is short and filled with important tasks and responsibilities. Every moment spent indulging in inferior entertainment is a moment lost from pursuing more meaningful endeavors. If you don't consciously choose your thoughts and the content you engage with, you risk allowing external influences to shape your mental landscape. These external sources may not always have your best interests at heart, and could lead you towards harmful or trivial pursuits. It's easy to fall into the trap of vulgarity or superficiality when surrounded by mindless activities. To maintain a sense of purpose and clarity, avoid or minimize wasting your time on distractions that do not contribute to your growth. Regularly evaluate what is truly valuable to you and consider the impact of various activities on your overall well-being. By engaging in clear thinking and making thoughtful choices, you can navigate even the most challenging situations with greater ease and grace. Regularly pause and reflect on your priorities, distinguishing between what genuinely contributes to your growth and what merely serves as a distraction. This practice can help you stay focused on what is truly important and ensure that your actions align with your core values. Lesson 7: Prioritize what truly matters beyond status and power. Worrying about public recognition or the pursuit of power often proves to be a waste of time and energy. The quest for status and fame does little to enhance your true worth or contribute to your personal development. Instead, it is far more valuable to focus on building and maintaining a strong character, fulfilling your responsibilities, and adhering to your moral principles. True worth is not defined by external accolades or societal approval but by the integrity and authenticity of your actions. When pursuing spiritual growth and personal development, it is essential to concentrate on what genuinely matters. This means prioritizing your values and moral compass over the fleeting allure of public recognition or material success. It's perfectly acceptable to appear simple or even foolish in areas that do not concern you, as long as you remain true to your purpose. Avoid the temptation to seek approval from others or to impress them with superficial achievements. Instead, focus on living in accordance with your values and principles. The path to true fulfillment lies in embracing and living by your convictions, regardless of whether others share them. The sooner you commit to living authentically and aligning your actions with your values, the more satisfied and content you will become. By dedicating yourself to your personal growth and staying true to your purpose, you will find greater happiness and a sense of accomplishment. Concentrate on aligning your will with truth and authenticity rather than becoming entangled in what lies beyond your control. Your energy and focus are best spent on cultivating your character and living a life consistent with your values. By doing so, you will create a meaningful and fulfilling existence, free from superficial pursuits that often lead to dissatisfaction. Lesson 8: Finding peace in pain and challenges. Pain is an inherent part of the human experience. No matter how carefully we navigate our lives, we will inevitably encounter difficulty. The true measure of our resilience and growth is not found in the absence of pain, but in how we approach it. It's crucial to recognize that while we cannot avoid pain, we have the power to choose how we respond to it. Life is a journey with no definitive endpoint, and every step presents its own set of trials and tribulations. These challenges are not merely obstacles to overcome, but are integral to our personal growth and development. When we face pain, we have an opportunity to grow stronger and more resilient. Embracing this perspective allows us to transform our suffering into a powerful force for personal evolution. By accepting pain and uncertainty as natural aspects of life, we build the resilience needed to navigate the complexities of existence. When life becomes particularly challenging, it can often feel as though the world is conspiring against us. During such times, it's easy to become overwhelmed and to resist the difficulties we face. Instead of pushing back against these challenges, it's more productive to shift our perspective. View these trials as opportunities to learn and grow. This change in attitude can help us connect more deeply with life and foster a sense of acceptance. By welcoming challenges rather than resisting them, we open ourselves to the potential for profound personal growth. One of the profound truths about life is that nothing is truly lost. When we lose loved ones or possessions, they are not gone forever, they return to their source. Understanding this principle can help us navigate the feelings of loss and grief. Recognize that everything in life is in a constant state of flux. What we perceive as loss is simply a return to a state of origin. This perspective helps us maintain peace and acceptance even in the face of change and departure. Attachment to how things should be often leads to unnecessary suffering. When we cling to specific expectations or outcomes, we risk losing our inner peace and missing out on the natural flow of life. Life is inherently unpredictable, and trying to control every aspect of it can lead to frustration and disappointment. Practice letting go of rigid expectations, and embrace the natural flow of life. This shift in mindset allows us to experience life more fully and to find contentment in the present moment. Progress is often about letting go of the past and focusing on the present. Fixating on what has happened or wishing things had been different cannot change the past. Real progress comes from understanding that the past is behind us, and focusing on what we can do now. This shift in focus helps us to move forward with purpose and clarity, rather than being bogged down by regrets or what-ifs. Lesson 9: your words are a reflection of your character. The moral impact of our words is profound and far-reaching. Our speech has the power to uplift, heal, and encourage, or conversely, to hurt, mislead, and harm. As we strive for a higher life, aligned with our spiritual and moral aspirations, practicing right speech becomes essential. Right speech is not merely about the content of what we say but also about the intention, timing, and manner in which we choose our words. It serves as a cornerstone of an authentic spiritual journey and is fundamental to living a life of integrity and purpose. Before speaking, it is crucial to pause and reflect on the purpose and potential impact of our words. Every word we utter can influence the listener's perception, emotions, and thoughts. Therefore, ensuring that our words are thoughtful and purposeful is vital. Casual or thoughtless speech can often lead to misunderstandings, conflicts, and unintended consequences. By carefully considering the purpose behind our words and their potential effects, we align our speech with our values and contribute positively to conversations. In our daily interactions, limiting our speech to what is necessary and worthy is important. This involves avoiding frivolous talk and gossip, which can be detrimental to both ourselves and others. Gossip, in particular, can spread misinformation and harm individuals who are not present to defend themselves. By being cautious and discerning about what we share, we maintain the integrity of our conversations and uphold a standard of respect and dignity. Engaging in discussions is a natural part of social interaction, but it is essential to participate wisely. This means choosing when and how to contribute to conversations and ensuring that our participation is constructive. Steering conversations toward meaningful and beneficial topics helps maintain a positive and enriching dialogue. Engaging in discussions that foster understanding, growth, and connection enhances the quality of our interactions and supports our journey toward a higher way of living. Talking about trivial matters can diminish the significance of our conversations and, by extension, our own credibility. Focusing on trivial topics risks appearing superficial or lacking depth. To avoid this, strive to engage in discussions that reflect your deeper values and interests. Centering conversations on meaningful subjects not only enriches interactions but also contributes to a more thoughtful and purposeful dialogue. Humor is an important aspect of human interaction and can foster connection and joy. However, it is essential to exercise care when using humor. Enjoying good humor should not come at the expense of vulgarity or malice. Jokes or laughter that target others or perpetuate harmful stereotypes can be damaging and contrary to the principles of right speech. By choosing humor that is inclusive, kind, and respectful, we can enjoy the lighter side of life, while upholding our commitment to ethical communication. The integrity of our speech is closely tied to the promises we make. Avoid making idle promises or assurances that you cannot fulfill. When committing to something, your words should reflect a genuine intention to follow through. Breaking promises undermines trust and diminishes the reliability of your speech. By being honest and transparent in your commitments, you uphold the value of your words and reinforce your credibility and trustworthiness. In summary, the moral impact of our words cannot be underestimated. Striving for a higher life involves a deliberate practice of right speech, where our words are chosen with care and intention. By thinking before we speak, being cautious with our language, engaging wisely in discussions, avoiding triviality, using humor with respect, and keeping our promises, we align our speech with our higher values and contribute positively to our spiritual and moral journey. Through the mindful practice of right speech, we enhance our own integrity and foster harmonious and meaningful connections with others. Lesson 10: Authenticity over external validation. In a world where social validation and acceptance often dictate our choices, the notion of fitting in can be both alluring and restrictive. While fitting in can offer benefits such as community and support, it is not essential for survival or genuine happiness. The real power lies in reducing the weight of others' opinions and focusing on our own authentic journey. From an early age, we are conditioned to seek approval and fit in with those around us. Whether through social interactions, educational environments, or professional settings, the pressure to conform can be overwhelming. The desire to be liked and accepted often leads us to mold our behavior, thoughts, and values to align with those of the majority. Fitting in has its advantages. It can provide a sense of belonging, reduce conflict, and open doors to opportunities. However, relying on external validation for our sense of self-worth can be a double-edged sword. It may offer temporary comfort, but can also trap us in a cycle of dependence and dissatisfaction. The true cost of seeking approval is the loss of authenticity and the dilution of our unique identity. Authenticity is the practice of being true to oneself, regardless of external pressures. When we prioritize our own values, desires, and beliefs over societal expectations, we reclaim our personal power. Authenticity is not about rebelling against society but rather about embracing our true selves and making choices that resonate with our core. Being authentic brings peace of mind. It means making decisions that align with our genuine interests and values, not because of what others think or expect. This internal alignment fosters a deep sense of fulfillment and reduces the anxiety that comes from trying to live up to others' standards. One of the most liberating steps towards personal freedom is to minimize the impact of others' opinions on our lives. By consciously choosing to care less about what others think, we free up time and energy for more meaningful pursuits. This shift allows us to invest in activities and relationships that truly matter to us. When we focus on what concerns us directly, we become less affected by external judgments and criticisms. This mental shift helps us use our efforts wisely, directing our energy towards personal growth and meaningful goals rather than getting entangled in conflicts or trying to please others. Self-reliance is a crucial aspect of personal development. It involves trusting our own judgment, making decisions based on our values, and being responsible for our own happiness. By focusing only on what directly concerns us, we develop a stronger sense of control over our lives. Self-reliance means not allowing others to dictate our actions or emotions. When we are confident in ourselves, no one can force us to act against our will or sway us from our true purpose. This independence fosters resilience and a sense of empowerment, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease. Focusing on our own concerns and leaving others' business to them also helps in avoiding unnecessary conflicts. By not getting involved in issues that do not directly affect us, we conserve our energy and maintain our peace of mind. Engaging in conflicts or opposing others' opinions can be draining and counterproductive. Instead, when we concentrate on what truly matters to us and align our actions with our own values, we avoid creating enemies and unnecessary friction. This approach allows us to build positive relationships and pursue our goals without being derailed by external distractions. The freedom that comes from being true to ourselves enables us to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence, leading to a more authentic and satisfying existence. Lesson 11: Humility over self-importance. Self-importance isn't the way of a true philosopher. Bragging or sharing dramatic stories about yourself may seem tempting in a society that often values self-promotion, but it can be tiresome and pompous. You don't need to be showy to impress others. In fact, true wisdom lies in humility and in allowing your actions to speak louder than your words. A genuine philosopher understands the importance of humility. Humility is not about diminishing yourself, rather, it's about recognizing your place in the grand scheme of life. When you avoid self-importance, you open yourself to deeper connections with others and a more profound understanding of the world around you. Bragging and self-aggrandizement create barriers between people, fostering jealousy and resentment. By contrast, humility invites empathy and cooperation, allowing for meaningful and harmonious interactions. Don't declare yourself to be a wise person or discuss your spiritual aspirations with people who won't appreciate them. Wisdom is often best demonstrated through actions rather than words. When you live your values authentically, people will recognize and respect your character without the need for you to proclaim it. True wisdom and spiritual depth are evident in how you conduct yourself in everyday situations, how you treat others, and how you respond to challenges. Show your character and your commitment to personal nobility through your actions. Let your deeds reflect your principles. The quiet strength of character that comes from acting with integrity, kindness, and compassion speaks volumes more than any boastful words could. A life focused solely on self-interest cannot be valued by honorable standards. To achieve your highest good, you must also promote the well-being of others. True fulfillment comes from caring for everyone, not just those close to you. Consider yourself a global citizen and act with that perspective. This broader view of your role in the world helps cultivate a sense of interconnectedness and responsibility toward all people, regardless of their proximity to you. True fulfillment is not found in isolation or in the pursuit of personal gain at the expense of others. It is found in the recognition that we are all part of a larger community. When we extend our care and concern beyond our immediate circle, we contribute to a more just and compassionate world. By acting with the well-being of others in mind, we align ourselves with the higher principles of humanity and honor. A true philosopher understands that personal nobility and fulfillment are intertwined with the well-being of others. When you adopt a global perspective, you transcend the limitations of self-interest and align yourself with the broader currents of human progress. This shift in perspective not only enriches your own life but also contributes to the collective good. Lesson 12: The Pursuit of Virtue and Inner Harmony. Virtue is not merely an abstract ideal but a practical and attainable goal that shapes our purpose in life. At its core, virtue involves the continual refinement of our character through deliberate intentions and actions. It transcends the mere outcomes of our endeavors, focusing instead on the integrity and moral quality of the journey itself. Living virtuously requires us to engage in a lifelong process of personal growth and ethical development. This journey demands that we consistently align our actions with our highest principles and values, fostering both inner and outer harmony. True virtue is achieved through the steady, everyday commitment to living according to our moral compass. The pursuit of virtue brings about a profound sense of inner peace and clarity. By defining and adhering to our personal moral code, we mitigate moral confusion and cultivate a sense of freedom and confidence. This internal coherence allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease, as our decisions and actions are guided by a clear sense of purpose and integrity. Focusing on inner moral decisions rather than external lifestyle choices is crucial for living a virtuous life. It is easy to become preoccupied with outward appearances and societal expectations, but true virtue is grounded in the authenticity of our moral choices. By prioritizing our internal ethical framework over external validation, we create a solid foundation for enduring inner peace. self-mastery plays a significant role in maintaining inner calm. It involves a mindful approach to managing our reactions and responses to everyday situations. Living a virtuous life and achieving inner harmony requires a continuous commitment to refining our character and managing our internal state. It is about creating a life where our actions are aligned with our deepest values and where our emotional responses are managed with equanimity. This alignment between our intentions and actions fosters a sense of fulfillment and well-being that extends beyond superficial achievements. To cultivate true virtue, we must regularly reflect on our values and actions, striving to enhance our moral character through deliberate effort and introspection. By focusing on the quality of our internal decisions and maintaining our composure in the face of external challenges, we pave the way for a life of profound inner peace and harmonious living. Lesson 13: Embracing solitude, finding strength and growth in being alone. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, solitude is often viewed with apprehension. However, solitude is a natural and essential part of life that should not be feared. Rather than seeing being alone as something negative or undesirable, we can learn to view it as an opportunity for self-discovery and personal growth. Embracing solitude allows us to engage in deep self-reflection and connect with our innermost thoughts and feelings, which can be profoundly enriching. When we find ourselves alone, we are granted the rare gift of uninterrupted time. This period of solitude provides a unique space for personal development and creativity. Without the constant barrage of external stimuli, our minds can wander freely, fostering creativity and allowing us to explore new ideas. This time alone can be used to pursue personal projects, engage in hobbies, or simply enjoy the quiet, all of which contribute to a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose. Learning to enjoy our own company is a crucial aspect of becoming self-reliant. By nurturing a sense of inner strength and peace, we can transform solitude from a state of loneliness into a source of empowerment. Instead of relying on external validation or social interaction to feel complete, we cultivate contentment and satisfaction from within. This shift in perspective reduces the pain of loneliness and makes socializing a choice rather than a necessity. To make the most of solitude, consider incorporating practices that help you connect with yourself more deeply. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or journaling, can offer profound insights into your thoughts and emotions, leading to greater self-awareness. Engaging in hobbies that bring you joy and setting personal goals can also make your alone time productive and rewarding. Initially, solitude might feel uncomfortable, especially if you have been accustomed to constant social engagement. It is important to challenge any negative beliefs you might hold about being alone, and gradually acclimate yourself to longer periods of solitude. Starting with short intervals and slowly increasing them can help ease the transition. If needed, seek support to navigate any difficulties, but remember that the goal is to transform solitude into a positive and enriching part of your life. Embracing solitude as a choice rather than a necessity enhances our overall well-being. When we view solitude as a valuable opportunity for personal growth, social interactions become a delightful addition to our lives, rather than a required element for happiness. This shift not only enriches our personal development, but also allows us to approach social relationships from a place of balance and contentment, leading to a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Lesson 14: Choose your companions wisely. Be cautious about who you associate with, as people often influence each other's habits and values. The company you keep can greatly affect your personal growth and spiritual well-being. It's essential to choose friends, colleagues, and neighbors who uplift you and inspire you to be your best self. Surround yourself with individuals who challenge you to grow, support your goals, and align with your values. Your influence goes both ways, therefore, strive to positively impact others through your thoughts, words, and actions. Reflect regularly on how you contribute to the well-being and spiritual progress of those around you. Lead by example, demonstrating the virtues and behaviors you wish to see in others. When it comes to dealing with negative attitudes and emotions, it's crucial to maintain your own emotional balance. Avoid adopting negative attitudes from others. When interacting with someone who is upset or facing challenges, remember that their suffering stems from their reaction to events, not the events themselves. Their struggles are often more about their perception and response than the circumstances they face. Stay detached from their negative emotions, be kind and listen sympathetically, but do not let their mood affect your own state of mind. Instead, offer support and compassion while protecting your own emotional well-being. Additionally, do not rely on others' admiration for your sense of worth. True merit comes from within and is not dependent on external validation or the opinions of others. Focus on your own work and personal growth, dedicating yourself to achieving excellence through your own efforts. Use your resources and talents fully, not for the sake of others' approval but to reach your own potential and fulfill your goals. By doing so, you maintain a sense of self-worth that is stable and resilient, irrespective of external opinions. It is inevitable that some people may misunderstand you or your intentions. What truly matters, however, is your own understanding of yourself. Embrace your path with confidence, remain true to your values, and trust in your journey. Understand that your worth is not contingent on how others perceive you, but on how you perceive and act upon your own principles. By maintaining clarity of purpose and integrity in your actions, you create a life of personal fulfillment and meaningful impact. Your journey is uniquely yours, and navigating it with a steadfast commitment to your values will guide you toward lasting inner excellence and contentment. Lesson 15: Embrace the unknown. In our journey through life, cultivating a mindset of humility and curiosity is essential for genuine wisdom and growth. True progress is not about accumulating knowledge or asserting our superiority, but about acknowledging what we don't know and being open to new learning opportunities. To approach the world with a fresh perspective, we must first recognize the limits of our own knowledge. No matter how much we learn or how experienced we become, there will always be more to understand. Embracing this reality allows us to remain curious and open to new insights, rather than becoming complacent or arrogant. Arrogance can create significant barriers to personal growth. When we are overly proud or self-assured, we risk closing ourselves off to valuable lessons and perspectives. This sense of superiority not only hampers our development but also blocks the flow of new ideas. Instead of assuming we have all the answers, we should adopt a humble approach that encourages continuous learning. Humility involves a genuine recognition of our place within a larger, ever-evolving tapestry of knowledge and experience. By embracing humility, we open ourselves to new possibilities and learning opportunities. This approach fosters a deeper connection with the world and enhances our ability to grow from every experience. Curiosity drives us to explore, question, and learn. It keeps us engaged with the world around us and helps us see beyond our immediate perspectives. True wisdom involves maintaining a curious mindset and being willing to question our assumptions and beliefs. This openness to new ideas is crucial for personal and intellectual growth. True progress comes from an ongoing willingness to learn and adapt. By staying curious and humble, we create space for new insights and experiences. This approach not only enriches our understanding but also contributes to our overall development as individuals. Progress is not about reaching a fixed point, but about continuously evolving and expanding our horizons. To live a life of wisdom and growth, we must embrace humility and curiosity. Recognize the limits of your knowledge, remain open to learning, and let go of arrogance. By approaching the world with a fresh perspective and a willingness to learn from every experience, you pave the way for true progress and a richer, more fulfilling life. It is perfectly okay to not have all the answers. One of the bravest things we can do is to boldly embrace the unknown. Accepting that we don't have all the answers and continuing to move forward despite our fears is a testament to our courage and resilience. A mission or journey doesn't always have a clear path, and that's part of what makes it meaningful. By accepting the uncertainty that comes with life, we allow ourselves to grow and evolve in ways we might not have anticipated. Lesson 16: The impermanence of all things. Life is fleeting, and the only constant we can rely on is change. Recognizing that both good and bad times are temporary can help us focus on maintaining inner calm rather than clinging to or resisting external circumstances. By understanding and accepting the transient nature of life, we can cultivate a sense of peace and stability that remains unaffected by the ebb and flow of external events. Everything in life is temporary. From our possessions to our relationships, everything eventually changes or fades away. This impermanence applies not only to material things, but also to our loved ones and even our own bodies. Acknowledging that nothing lasts forever helps us let go of attachments and reduces the stress associated with losing what we hold dear. When we recognize that everything is in a constant state of flux, we can begin to detach from the need to cling to external things for our sense of security. Possessions and relationships may bring temporary joy, but their transient nature reminds us that true contentment cannot be found solely in external circumstances. Death, like birth and aging, is a natural part of the human experience. While we may not know what lies beyond death, accepting its inevitability allows us to live more fully and face the end of life with grace. Viewing death as a natural and inevitable part of life helps us appreciate the present moment and live without fear of the unknown. Our bodies, much like everything else, are temporary. They are not truly ours, but are rather a part of the natural cycle of life. Understanding this helps us to approach our physical existence with a sense of detachment, recognizing that our true self extends beyond the physical form. The belief that external things are truly ours is often an illusion. No matter how secure our possessions or relationships may seem, they are subject to change and can be lost at any moment. This recognition can be unsettling, but it is a natural part of life that we must accept. Sustainable happiness comes from our ability to remain content regardless of external circumstances. By focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, attitudes, and responses, we can maintain a sense of inner peace that is not disrupted by the changing tides of life. The sign of a higher life is inner calm. True progress means achieving freedom from worry and turmoil. Instead of stressing over every issue and external circumstance, we should aim to master ourselves and manage even the smallest inconveniences with equanimity. Our goal is serenity, not allowing external factors to disturb our inner peace. By prioritizing self-mastery and focusing on our reactions, rather than the events themselves, we can develop a resilient and unshakable sense of calm. To cultivate this inner tranquility, we can adopt practices that help us remain centered amidst life's changes. Mindfulness, meditation, and reflective practices can help us stay grounded and maintain perspective. By embracing the impermanence of life and focusing on our internal state, we can navigate the ups and downs with greater ease and grace.